Mike? Mike.
We have been going to those city council meetings, telling him what's going on. They get many calls about what's going on in these apartment buildings when you got illegal aliens taking over and selling drugs, prostitution, threatening the citizens. So they know what's going on. The police have to stand down so the police can help. Brandon Johnson is not helping. So it's really, we really have felt like we were just disregarded by the Democratic Party and these elected officials. This is how the residents felt. But thank God we have a president who said no. We are going to, not only am I going to send ICE, I'm going to send in Border Patrol as well. So we thank Greg Ravino for being a courageous American and for just making our community safer.
Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago.
Who is President Trump talking about? In his Oval Office statement, he mentioned some African-American ladies, quote unquote, that wear red hats in Chicago. He's referring to a group that calls themselves Chicago Flips Red, and they are largely founded by African-American women from Chicago. They have been showing up to pretty much every city council meeting. They are very opposed to the current mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson. The issue that they really coalesced around was immigration. They would come to hearings on Chicago's sanctuary city policies and on the plans to house some of the newly arriving immigrants in Chicago, and they were very opposed to the mayor's plans to provide assistance to immigrants.
Catch the latest on this story at Fox.
Hey, welcome to Behind Enemy Lines. So I'm going to cut and paste our YouTube channel into Facebook. It's not working, but we're having big problems with that. I don't know what the hell's going on. Rumble's good.
Facebook
Okay.
doesn't make it easy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we got a really cool show tonight. We got a couple special guests. One's trying to get in. We're having technical problems because that's what we do every week. So we have my buddy Noah who's going to join us, and he's from Illinois, and he's part of the story tonight. We're going to spend some time talking about the man who halted early voting throughout the whole state of Illinois just for his grifting and his attempt to harm and hurt the Illinois GOP. But before I do it, I'm going to hand it off to my co-host Mike to do a little disclaimer.
Yeah, the views expressed by the guests on tonight's program do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the cast or the network. That's our disclaimer.
Thank you. Yeah, we're supposed to have Val Ojeda join us. It's not because but it's a blanket. Val is supposed to join us. He's trying, and he's having some technical difficulties. I think he's been drinking too much tequila. So we will we'll hope he could join us. So there's so many things to cover. For a whole year, it's been just a nightmare. We know Joe Severino's a Democrat. He ran as a Democrat. He ran as an independent. We know, and we're going to show you tonight, that back in April when he said he was going to run, he doesn't care about winning. He never cared about winning. He said he wants to change the Republican Party, and not in a good way. And I think all of us from Illinois that are watching knows Kathy Salvi sucks. The GOP leadership sucks. John Curran sucks. Tony McCombie sucks. All our leadership sucks. We all agree. So the question back to our friend, Mr. Super MAGA Severino, is why are you going after people like myself? Noah, Chicago Flips Red. We put Chicago Flips Red on up front on purpose because those women are so important to helping us try to flip this state red, right? Try to flip Chicago red. We have African-American women that were Democrats that want to flip Chicago and Illinois red, right? And who acknowledges these women? Donald Trump a couple times in North America. Donald Trump at the World Economic Forum. So what does Joe Severino do this week? Do we have a problem, Mike?
No, everything should be working good, it looks like.
I'm sorry. I'm good. So Trump supports him. Trump wants to come here. He hears all of our voices, but he keeps acknowledging these ladies who are going out in their communities to stand up and try to get African American votes to come to our side. So what is Joe Severino, Mr. MAGA, Trump? He always tags Trump. Why? Tell me, why is he going after these African American women? Why is he going after Chicago Flips Red? Why is he going after me? Everyone knows I'm the left. Rhino's bigger than anybody. You know why? Because he's a Democrat. We know in his campaign, he hired people from outside the state of Illinois to come here and get signatures for him because nobody would support him. We know he met people in Springfield. He met with Democrats in Springfield. He was at Pritzker's mansion meeting with Democrats. We know that for a fact. So now he keeps fighting. He lost the Illinois Board of Elections appeals. Lost. He got crushed. He took it to the circuit court. Crushed. The judge didn't agree with one damn thing that Severino's attorney said. Not one. And at the end, Severino tried to talk and grift at the very end. The judge says, no, it's not going to change anything. And she goes, I understand that you're disappointed. You know what Severino says? It's not me. It's the people. That piece of shit has no people. He's got nobody. He's here to try to destroy the feeble Illinois GOP that we have left. And the only thing that we have left to fight for us is grassroots. And what is he focusing on? He's focusing on grassroots. He's focusing on people like myself, Noah, Chicago Flips Red, Emily, all of us, because he's being backed by the Democrats. He wants to turn our state into a clown show and destroy the little elements that we have left in the grassroots community for the state of Illinois Republican Party. So sorry about that rant. Noah, you're from Illinois. Why don't you rant a little bit? And we'll talk about why you're here specifically later. But do you agree with what I just said?
Yes, absolutely. And, being from Illinois, I moved to Florida about 3 years ago. But when I was younger and I still lived in Illinois, and this year, while I've been back to Illinois, I got a chance to know a lot of grassroots people like yourself, like Chicago Flips Red, like people that have been fighting since 2022. Um, Severino makes an enemy and just to put this clearly, he is out of his mind. He will make an enemy with anybody that doesn't support him. He'll threaten to sue you. He'll harass you. In my case, he reached out to family members, ex-girlfriends. Just he crosses a line of politics and personal. And his ideas, if you're not with me, you're against me. He's a crazed man. He deals in absolutes. He likes, if you're not going to be with him, he's going to try to make your life a living hell. This is a guy that's been a failed Democratic candidate. He's been a failed independent candidate. He tried to grift over to the Republican Party and nobody would have him. We seen through the show. He's been on a Black Lives Matter podcast where he said in specific, and this is on record, that he was a never Trumper and he would never vote for Trump. And now all of a sudden he's this ultra MAGA Trump guy. It's a grift, it's a lie, and he has hurt so many people. He continues to attack people, like Chicago Flips Red attacking Zoe and Danielle. I've had the chance to go to City Hall with Zoe and Danielle and stand up to Brandon Johnson. They've done great work. They do incredible work. They passionately and all the time are at City Hall doing everything they can for Chicago Flips Red and has really built this movement into something big. And then you have Severino trying to tear them down. But I wasn't shocked when I seen him doing that. He does it over and over and over. And he looks for new victims all the time. There was one poor 70-year-old lady that he accused of trying to sleep with him. I mean, this is the kind of guy we're dealing with. And sometimes with this kind of guy, you got to fight fire with superior fire.
That's us. Yeah, it's us.
Yeah. Wait a minute, guys. I thought he was in negotiations right now. He was talking with Trump's team about an endorsement.
Oh my God, he said that before. He did. He said that before. Do you believe that? He keeps tagging Trump. He tags General Michael Flynn. I'll tell you right now, I know General Michael Flynn. I got the text messages where Severino's begging me to call him. He said he knows him because they had a campaign event, Noah, and you know how Flynn shows up, one of a million people. He's like,
Yeah.
I started sending General Flynn and my friend Ann Vandersteel. I'm like, this scumbag's acting like he endorsed him. General Flynn's like, I don't know who that guy is. He goes, I mean, a million people. Is he saying that I'm endorsing him? I go, he's doing the typical grift to Severino, making the assumption because he got a picture with you like he's endorsing him. He said he's a Harvard alumni. And he's doing the grift like he graduated. He barely got through fucking high school. The guy's a grifter, everything in his life. He's a loser. He's bankrupt. He lost his business. He's a fucking loser. And he weaseled his way in. And you know why he got to this point right now? I'll give it that. He's a good-looking, distinguished-looking grifter. He looks like something that he's not. He could sound like he's articulate, but if you listen very closely, he's a fucking retard. If you look
Yeah.
at how he posts, he's a fucking retard. And so we have Kathy Salvi that's running our party. I told her in the spring, I go, you got to take this guy out now. I go, you got to take him out now because you know what? If he gets into the primary, if he gets invited into debates and stuff, yes, Severino, I said that he's going to turn it into a circus. How should our four men that are running for office, right, regardless of who you like, could you imagine running for office and being on the stage with this half a retard who's delusional? He's a narcissist, a pathological liar. How do you debate somebody like that? You just can't, right? And I told her, "Oh, I don't want to elevate him more than he is." I go, "I'm telling you, he's gonna just call him. He's not a Republican. He just ran. This is in 25. He just ran in 24 as a Democrat and an independent, like Noah said. He ran as a Democrat. They wouldn't let him on the ballot. Then he ran as an independent, and he got 200 votes. The guy's a loser. He lost 4 in a row, and he loses every court case." Every court case. So he's here to disrupt us. He did successfully delay our early voting, which is not good, right? And who knows what's
No.
going to happen with the mindset of people changing, right? Candidates and who has more money to attack who, right? That could affect an election. You guys know this better than me. I'm not a political scientist. I'm just ex-Dago
Yeah.
fighter, Democrat, ex-Democrat.
We're just making some of these ridiculous claims about different people. Like that's damaging enough. You know, God forbid one of these gets brought back up by Pritzker or whoever else. You know, if he's going around planning false stories or posting these other just nonsense online, the Democrats are going to pick that up and run with it and pretend it's true.
Yeah. So, Mike, we have a couple of different videos. I sent you the one with the screenshots. So before you put it up, I just want to talk and know you'll hear some of the stuff that you're familiar with. Well, Mike as well. I mean, you're actually like an Illinois guy. You're doing so much with us.
Yeah.
So the confrontation with me and Severino started last spring. Actually, it started two falls ago when he wanted to speak at my event, and I wouldn't let him. And Max Rice wanted to have his dad speak. I wouldn't let him because they're scumbags, right? I started knowing at that time that there was something off with these guys. They're really weird, right? And then Severino, fast forward to March, asked me to endorse him. And I'm like, no, no, no. Because when I first met him, Severino told me he knows Jimmy Feckerata, who's supposed to be on the show tonight. Jimmy, for those of you guys saw the movie Casino, Jimmy's dad is the guy that really killed Joe Pesci's character in the squad, right? And so coincidentally, Severino hung around with Jimmy's younger brother, Anthony. And we learned all these crazy things that you guys have been seeing out there that are alleged coming from where Severino grew up. He grew up actually in Lombard. He tells everyone he grew up in Cicero, and you'll see later in one of the other videos Mike's going to show you when he's being interviewed at Black Lives Matter, he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Cicero. You heard of Cicero, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm Al Capone. No, you're not Al Capone. You're a pussy. And you didn't get in 300 fights. You're a pussy. And you didn't get shot in the head. You're a pussy. All right? It's all a lie, just like his Harvard degree and his law degree. Everything he says is a lie. Right? So before I knew he was lying, he told me he grew up in Cicero, and I Mr. Streetwise, I believed him, right? He said Feckerata. Before I vetted him and called Feckerata, he said, the guy's fucking nuts. Nobody talks to him from the neighborhood. He's crazy. You'll never see anyone supposedly from Cicero say they know him, they like him, they respect him. And think about this. Severino said he got in 300 fights in his 300 fights plus in the streets of Cicero, right? I'll tell you right now, if you got in 300 fights in the streets of Cicero, you'd be a fucking legend. You'd be a fucking legend. Everybody would know you. Everybody would talk about you, right? Mickey Scornavaco, right? Shane, right? Jimmy Feckerata. Nobody knows who the guy is. Feckerata only knows him because Severino lived in Lombard and hung out with his younger brother. That's how he knows him, right? Not from Cicero. He's not one of us. Like one of me is one of us. He's not one of us, right? So he's a liar. He texted me. I said no. He had the balls to tell me I'm going to cancel you and everybody else if you don't support me. So he goes around. He's been acting like he's a mobster to these other Republicans, which are pussies. You guys are pussies, by the way. And he came up to me, who is not like the rest of these other pussies, right? And he said he's going to cancel me. and he came after my family. He said I was a gay stripper. I was a gay stripper. I wasn't even a good dancer for women, let alone a gay stripper. I'm not gay. Are you kidding me? And so he started saying I was a gay stripper. He said that he hates Charlie Kirk. By the way, MAGA hates Charlie Kirk, Severino. He said that Charlie Kirk is trying to indoctrinate children. When my kids were VIP guests at Charlie Kirk, all expenses paid. Boy, girl twins, they got to bring 2 friends with them, right? Severino, in the text messages, I don't know if I put it on what Mike's going to show. He said that my wife and I let our 15-year-old children spend the night with a gay man that was trying to sexualize our children in a hotel at Charlie Kirk's TPUSA. And he was saying that to try to extort me. He made fun of my cancer. I had 3 bouts of cancer. Look at this. I look like Elvis because of my hair grafts. Look at that. Thank you. My friends, actually, I had some friends pay for that owe me money. And they paid for this. Oh, yeah. And so I sent him a picture before I knew he was a nut. And then when I started fighting with him, he sent me, I got the screenshots. I didn't put it up there. He wanted to see what I looked like after the doctor did his surgery. And then he sent me a text when I said I was not going to support him. What did he say? He called me, he sent them to me. I got the text messages, and he called me. He said, either you endorse me or I'm going to put these on social media to embarrass you. So I put them on, for those of you, I put them on social media and said, fuck it. I'm not going to let him use that to endorse me. I'm not embarrassed. Fuck, I had 3 bouts of cancer. So you're going to see this little video clip of his different comments that he said. He went after my job. He lied about my employers. He said I attacked an African-American woman who attacked me when I was doing a story for the Epoch Times with a reporter. And we went to a Venezuelan shelter. And you know how the city of Chicago, they were aggressive. They didn't want reporters there. The woman attacked me. She got arrested. She got charged with battery, criminal damage to property. She didn't show up for court. She's got an outstanding warrant to arrest her ass because she never showed up. All I did was wanted my money back. He lied about that, and he's got the video. So you're going to see little snippets. I want you guys to try to follow when Mike puts this up here. And look, these are from Joe Severino's phone to me, threatening to cancel us, Noah, anyone that don't get along with him. Please go ahead. Show
what? Yeah, real quick. What the hell is he going to cancel us from? Like the free food at the homeless shelter?
Yeah, well, he did shut me down with, fake reporting me on Facebook. But you know what's so ironic? Noah, you'll love this, right? Who the fuck won out? Who canceled who, bitch? You're off the fucking ballot because of me.
That's
Sorry,
right. Here we go.
You half a fag. He's a Republican leader. That's Peter Christoph, TPUSA kid. Max, Politico. He's bragging his friends in Politico. There's this Homer Simpson, his fucking fraudulent signature. Wait, I think it goes twice. Does it? No, did it go twice? No, I guess not.
No, I can run it again real quick, though.
Yeah, do it one more time. I want people to just try to watch it. It's hard to follow. I could talk, I guess, now.
Yeah, go for it. There's no audio on it.
I don't need to win my race. You don't care about winning his race. That was in last April. He wants to fight publicly. It will be good for him because he got publicity. I told him I wouldn't endorse him. He's going to boycott my event. He's the only true Republican leader. He's going to, a TPUSA kid, he's going to cancel his event. Max in Political. Who brags about Political? Homer Simpson, fake signature. All right? And then the guy saying that, oh, they came after me. Joe Severino got money and worked with the Democrats. He hired 8 African-American men from Texas, California, and Arizona. They stayed in hotels and Des Plaines. I know that. You'll eventually find out how, right? He paid these people because his last week of his campaign, he only had like 1,800 votes. It's all out there, public information. He had these black guys come in and they went all over the city and they're handing out passes to try to bribe people to get signed. CTA bus tickets. I'm telling you, he worked with the Democrats to do that. And so he's in this race not to win it. He knows he's not going to win his appeal. He knows he lost at the circuit court. He wants to keep this on. He's trying to get in the media now. Nobody's letting him in. I got more contacts and he's trying. Nobody's interviewing him. They think he's a fucking circus clown that he is. He's trying to hurt the little remnants of what we have left of a party. He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat supported by the Democrats. That's why they gave the delay in our early voting. They like this. They fucking love it, and he's
Yeah.
doing their bidding for them. Go ahead, one of you guys, before I
Yeah,
rant more.
I was just gonna say this, especially to the people that fear that Severino still might make the ballot. All this is a delay. It's not gonna happen. In order for him to make the ballot, he would have to bring over 251 signed affidavits about the fraudulent signatures that they've thrown out. He's obviously not gonna do that, nor has the time or resources. So all he's doing is stringing this along. He's stringing other people along. A big reason he still keeps a war going on with Terry is not because it's going to help his campaign at all, but because Terry helps give him publicity, and that's the only way he's able to stay relevant. Arguing, everyone else has dumped him off. There's nobody else for him to argue with. Terry's the biggest name he can argue with, and he's trying to stay relevant. And by the way, just to the viewers, Homer Simpson does not exist in the whole United States of America.
No, that's not
Not,
true. That's not
yeah,
true. You're lying. There's a
yeah.
conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. And I also work for the CIA and Mossad, according to Mr. Severino and his campaign manager. So,
So before we keep going here in the show, you got to wait till the end. I got a huge announcement. I got a huge announcement for Severino at the end. I got a huge announcement for you, Severino. So don't wait. You're going to laugh. You're going to love my announcement at the end of the show. You're going to love it. I don't even think you know Noah yet. It's
probably not.
It's fucking huge. Huge. Like Donald Trump, huge. So come on, Mike, jump in there, Mike.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just want to get his crazy ass done with all this shit. Again, it's just creating problems, headaches for people locally. Illinois is struggling enough as it is. We don't need lunatics making the situation even worse. Like as you said, the GOP, the party in Illinois is pathetic. There's a few counties that are okay, but most of them, these octogenarians that should have retired a long time ago, that still want to reach across the aisle and work with the Democrats. You don't have much to work with there anyway. All these people need to get replaced. We need to get fighters in there, and this is just another distraction from reality. I mean, I don't know what this guy hopes to accomplish at this point. He can't get back on the ballot. He's not going to do anything. I don't know if it's just to continue the grift in hopes that he can get some other lunatic to donate more money to him. But at this point, like, that's not going to work either. He's already off the ballot. He can hire as many fancy lawyers as he wants. But as you said, Noah, if he doesn't have the signatures, he doesn't have the signatures. He's certainly not going to get 200 plus affidavits from people that don't exist. So, I mean, it's over. Give up. Retain at least some of your dignity. Well, I mean, I guess that's already out the window.
Yeah, he got 50,000. So his support was from out of the state, right? So he got $50,000 from an 88-year-old man that invested in Warren Buffett's stock in 1981. He's worth $3 billion.
Damn, good for that dude.
Right. So Severino's lieutenant governor candidate is 85 years old. So I wonder where that connection comes. Right. He was in the financial services industry, and so somehow his lieutenant
Sounds like they might have met on a bike path or something.
Yeah, right. The old man took a Viagra and met him on the bike path. So somehow you got connected. I'm just making an assumption, right? But I mean, obviously, where's he know an 88-year-old man that lives out on the west side?
Yeah. And that 50 grand's going to do nothing for his campaign. I mean, that doesn't even send you mailers to 2 counties. So essentially, he's using the campaign money that was donated to him to run everybody through court so he can look like some hero. I'm sorry, Severino, it's not going to be cinematic. All these court cases mean nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no. So you guys, he had 61,000 last. Unless you got more money we don't know about yet. He's got $23,000 left. But there's some expenditures that are missing that he's not accounting for. He's grifted. I think he's in trouble. But we'll save that for another time, boys. We'll save that for another time. He thinks he's smart.
He's definitely in trouble between what's going on there. His house, losing his house. I mean, I'm not sure if he's living under a bridge yet or not, but isn't he in the middle of a foreclosure right now too? And I don't know, maybe a divorce.
Well, yeah, just so you know, he is bankrupt. His business that, I give him credit. He made some money off of hiring a bunch of illegal valet parkers for all those years. And he said, he hired a bunch of illegal valet parkers. And, good for him. He made money off it. But you know what? His business folded. Didn't even sell it. Failed. He went bankrupt. He had to sell his house in Park Ridge to an SAP guy. Right. By the way, SAP, I know SAP Severino. I know you're watching. He sold it to an SAP guy who moved here from the East Coast, right, Severino, and he had to do that to keep afloat to pay his bills, right? So, um, this grift here, if you go back and look at his expenditures and restaurants and all this other shit that he's doing, this is his grift on right before the toilet flushes and everything goes down the toilet, down the drain. So it's his last breath and grasp of some financial stability before he loses everything. So,
No wonder he's fighting so hard to stay on the ballot.
yeah, no, well, you know what? He's having fun. He's doing this to destroy us. And so this old man is worth $3 billion, right? So he got introduced to this old man probably from his lieutenant governor candidate, who I heard is a nice guy. He's got to be half retarded though. He's had 85. He probably senile.
Got
And
dementia.
yeah, and so my concern, and I said this to the Republicans, I said this is probably seed money. Say, hey, get on the ballot. We'll give you more money, right? I could see Severino in his suit, right, going in front of this old man in his wheelchair at the convalescent home, saying, "Oh man, this is the way you could put your stamp historically changing the state of Illinois. I'm the presumptive winner. I am right now. I'm winning." And the old man's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, this will be your legacy. You're 88. You're gonna die any month now. You got $3 billion. Throw me 50 grand. Give me some more when I get on the ballot. And I'm going to knock Pritzker out." Oh, really? Because the guy is a Republican, right? The most he ever donated
Allegedly.
was 100,000, I think, to the Arizona GOP. Severino's the most single Republican. He didn't do a lot, right? So I could see this old man, this senile old man, sitting there thinking, "Wow, what a great way to go out of my life," right? I get rid of Pritzker. I look like a hero. And I mean, look at this. Joe Severino. I'm like, God, look at the guy. He went to fucking Harvard. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, that's not true either. Yeah.
Right? So I could see that's how that happened. So here's another thing. Everybody who saw around December 21st or 3rd, Severino had a $500 donation from Patrick Bet David. Did you see that, Noah?
Yes.
So for those of you who know, Patrick Bet David is a big time financial investor. Big time, right? So I got the text messages. Severino's going to lie. Guess who gave it's my fault. Guess who gave that prick's phone number? Patrick Bet Davis' phone number. Moi, 2 years ago. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
gave it to him, right?
We all make mistakes, Terry. Don't beat yourself up over it.
So Severino, no, I was a J6er, right? He said he's got inside. Before I knew he was a grifter, before I talked to Jimmy Vecchiaretta, I got inside information on a Democrat that had a gun that was there, and I need to talk to podcasters. I gave him Patrick's phone number. I gave it to him. So he's going to come out and say it's a lie. I got it on my text messages. And all of a sudden he donated $500. I'm like, oh my God, it's my fault. Right. So I actually connected with him. So Terry giveth and Terry taketh away. He will not get another penny. He could tag him all he wants on X. He's not supporting him. He's not endorsing him, just like General Flynn. Tag him over and over and over again. They can't stand you. You're done. You're not getting a penny from Patrick Bet David. Matter of fact, you're not even getting on his show. Severino, if he really supports you now, I mean, you're big news, right? You're telling everyone you're the first in the country to fight the machine and win. Oh my God, Patrick Bet David, your donor, is going to have you on the show, right? Right, Joe? When are you going to be on the show? When are you scheduled? Tell us. You're not. I took care of that, you prick. You're done. Let's go ahead. Go ahead. I'm doing little pieces. I don't want to bogart the whole show. So one of you guys jump in, and I'll jump in later.
Sure. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go for it. I'm just looking at Ballotopia right now. I can't find him on a ballot right now. It seems like he got taken off. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, no, what I was going to say too, and Joe uses this victim mentality that a lot of leftists use, and he's been telling people, me, Terry, and a list of 100 other people are in this conspiracy against him, that the texts aren't real. Two things for that, just to shut that up. One agency, along with two other people, have ran that screen recording through it's called like Catch AI or something, and it's 100% not AI generated. AI can tell what AI is. Number two.
Hold on, Noah, you got to explain it. Nobody knows, but so go ahead, back up, explain what it is, and explain the sworn affidavit that I have and Sheriff Mendrick has, and Severino back in November said he's coming after us for making up false. It's November. What is it? Oh, we're in February, right?
Yep.
We're in February. Where's the arrests? So go ahead.
Yep.
You pick it
Yeah,
up.
no, yeah, no. So there was a different governor candidate. I was initially, just to start from the beginning. I was initially introduced to Severino that he might need help on his campaign by some lady who's even kookier than he is. Um, it came down to where we didn't come up with a deal. He ended up not wanting to do work. And then down the road a little more, he said, "Well, where I could use you would to be valuable. I got this dirt on Terry Newsom, who I didn't know, who I'd never heard of before in my life."
It's true. That's true.
Yep.
We never knew
Yep.
each
And I never knew the governor candidate I'm speaking of. Never spoke. He said, "This is how you can help me." He knows I do Facebook ads and I do a lot of AIA ads. And I'm really good at blowing stuff up and putting it on a higher algorithm in the newsfeed. So he told me a bunch of rumors about Terry that turned out not to be true. He told me stuff regarding this other governor candidate that included drug use and somebody underage. So at that point, I Googled it and I looked it up, and um, it wasn't true. I couldn't find anything on it, so I didn't even feel comfortable running with anything, especially with what the governor candidate does as a job. I called and warned him, and then I also called my mentor, um, who I'm not going to say his name right
He's a
here, but
friend of
I,
yeah, that's how we got met. He's a
yeah.
mutual friend of ours. Yeah.
Yeah, so I called my mentor because I said, "Hey, this guy seems to attack anyone that doesn't fall into line. What should I do on this?" I called that mentor for everything in my life. So then my mentor, I guess, knew Terry and were friends, and they were friends, and that's how we got connected. So for him to say this is a grand conspiracy, and secondly, there's also a video of me holding out my phone, going to my texts, then going to the messages, deleted his contacts so it would show the number at top, and scrolling through the text. And that's also been ran through an AI app that said it's 100% not AI generated. So, he can tuck tail and hide and maneuver, but you can only do it for so long.
Yeah, so just so you guys understand why this is so important right now. So Severino, because he's a narcissistic, pathological, lying piece of shit, went to the Schaumburg Police Department and basically accused me and this other candidate and Noah of lying in a conspiracy to try to get him in trouble. This guy is so fucking stupid and arrogant. He filed false police report. Stay tuned on that, people. Please stay tuned on that. He filed a false police report. Swear to God, I
That
didn't
sounds
know
like a felony to me.
I swear to
Yep.
God, I didn't know Noah until my mutual friend introduced us, and he warned me.
Yeah.
Warned me, and he did this to other candidate. Right? I never spoke to him in my whole life, and that's how we, became friends. So
Yeah.
he's trying so hard to get revenge on me, and to Noah's point, to stay relevant. So he thought he was going to get something going, and it's not going his way. It's not going his way, Mr. Severino. Yeah, pick up the phone in the morning and call the detectives again. Wink, wink, you fucking idiot. All right, let's do another video we got there. What is it? Oh, there you go.
Well, I've got his Ballotopia up here, and looks like I don't see his name on the ballot, but I do see him under disqualified right there.
Wait,
doesn't appear.
no, he's the presumptive winner. That's wrong. That's a conspiracy. Ballotopia is a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy.
Maybe
No,
maybe
this
it's
is
not up
AI.
to.
This is
right,
AI.
right.
This page ain't
Yeah,
real.
Noah did it with AI. Noah, you
Yeah.
fucker, you did it. You did it.
Well, there's his 238 votes, and for the District 10 seat, he
How many
got
votes?
less.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
238.
What did the winner get? How many?
196,358. So I mean, he was close.
Guys, I got to stop you. That election was fucking stolen. I'm sorry.
Stolen from Severino. He said he was stolen.
Well, holy.
What that doesn't have, and Noah, you probably know more about so he ran as an independent after he first, and it's going to be one of the videos Mike's going to show you. He first tried to run as a Democrat. And something happened, and he got booted off the ballot there. So then he quickly pivoted to an independent. Swear to God.
Yep.
Swear to God. So, let's see. And then he was a Black Lives Matter. He was a never Trumper. We've got the video. We're going to show some of those videos.
And that's not us saying it. That came out of his mouth on the podcast.
Yes.
He said he would never vote for Hillary Clinton, but he would also never vote for Donald Trump. verbatim.
So, guys, we're gonna show it one of the video. Tell me which one you're gonna show up next, Mike, and I'll talk about. Tell me what you got in the queue there.
Well,
And just so you guys,
I've only got
hang
one
out
more
for that.
video, him and the pink cat. So there's another one, send it over.
Yeah. So you guys got to make sure you stay on to the end because I got something really big. I'm sorry. You got to hang on here.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I can run this other video we got right now. Or you want me to wait?
No, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Will County, they have Emily Cahill, convicted meth dealer, unscrupulous crimes, runs protests of protest.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. So I just sent you the other one. I need to tee this one up. All right. So remember, Joe Severino's running against primary candidates, none of which I have anything to do with anyone, right? He's running against Pritzker. He didn't really go after Pritzker. This was back in June. This is shortly after Severino made about 10 MTV type AI videos about us, which is really creepy. It scared my mother and wife when we found them on accident, right? He made these really weird videos and saying he's God and he's a gift from God for Illinois and all this crazy stuff. When I found him, I played it for my mom and wife. My mom was like, hold her. She's like, oh my God, you got to be careful. Someone comes in my house, they're fucking dead. That is a doornail. So my mom was really scared. Really scared. So anyway, this video shows Severino asked me for my endorsement. We already showed that to you guys, right? So as soon as I said no, he said he's going to cancel me. He went after my job, my family, my kids, right? And then there's another girl, Emily Cahill, sweetheart, right? Emily K. So, the only thing that when Noah did background on me, I did go to jail 35 years ago. I changed my life, you guys. I mean, I changed my life, 35 years ago, not just 10 years ago, right? And then Emily Cahill, she was a drug addict and she changed her life and she's became a powerhouse in the grassroots community and organizing. And this girl puts her life at risk. Everybody knows that. Emily goes in the middle at the ICE center by herself and holds "We Love ICE" signs. Matter of fact, me and Bad Burcom were talking to the ICE guys. They're going to do a video on her. We're just wait. They're so busy right now. She stands in the middle of Antifa and says, "We love ICE." We've met her over and over again, right? This girl puts her life on the line to stand up and speak up for us, right? And it's called Protest the Protesters. And it's really her and anyone else that wants to join her, right? And then I go out and do my own thing. And so he's coming after attacking us because we're not his opponents. We're just grassroots. So what do you think? We said earlier, the Illinois GOP sucks, right? They don't do anything. They don't fight against the Democrats. So who are you going to try to silence? Voices like myself, Emily, or Noah, people that stand up and fight against the Democrats. So what does Severino do? He attacks me and Emily in this video you're going to see. It's very important. We have nothing to do with an election. I wasn't going to say nothing about this weirdo until he said he's going to cancel me unless I endorsed him, until he said he's going to expose my hair grafts and then try to embarrass me unless I endorse him. He went after my job, my executives, my customers, unless I endorsed him, right? So go ahead.
Yeah, and
Will County, they have Emily Cahill, convicted meth dealer, unscrupulous crimes, runs protests of protesters, which optically looks to be a conservative organization. It's not. They put these political operatives and criminal informants in leadership positions to observe and report on good people. I'm fighting all of these snakes for you. In DuPage County, we have Terry Newsom. Did 9 years in federal prison for selling cocaine and steroids, selling explosives. He was at January 6th with a bulletproof vest on. He's the only one that didn't get arrested with an explosives background, but yet, even though he danced at LGBTQ bars, he runs a parents group protesting books, the porn books. These are our mouthpieces for the conservative voice. It have Emily Cahill, convicted meth dealer, unscrupulous crime.
Hey y'all, I figured I'd hop on here and give a little explanation since I'm the subject of that man's video. As most of you know, I am open and honest about my recovery, and this man is trying to shame me into silence. He reached out to me in mid-April asking for my endorsement, and when I wouldn't give it to him, he then started screaming at me that I was a prostitute, a drug dealer, using crimes that happened when I was a child. He has gone on and on and on and on, and we're almost a month into him announcing, and he hasn't even done one fundraiser. He hasn't even filed his paperwork, but yet he has time to sit here and make fun of me, who is in recovery. I'll answer any questions you guys have. I can give up drug tests. I can show you who I used to be. I was a drug court dropout, and now I'm volunteering, trying to help get good candidates elected, registry.
All right, so let me jump in here, and then Noah and Mike, you could chime in. All right, so just to give context to that, right? Emily, she did have a drug problem. She changed her life 8 years, and I changed my life from being a drug dealer. I wasn't a drug user, and I got to give her credit because somebody that has a drug habit and meth, it's almost impossible to change. It's almost impossible to
Yeah.
being a felon like myself. I live between a heart surgeon and international. I changed my life. I mean, I changed my life over 30. I didn't know I could get a job like I have now, right? I was wrong. I got recruited at 22 years old by older guys connected to the mob. I was wrong. I'm not, I looked up to them, and I'm like, wow, I could make all this money. So I got jumped in a very, very big way. And I went to state and federal prison. And I did not sell steroids. I did them because I was a bodybuilder. I was huge, bet 500 pounds at 23. I didn't, what was it? Oh, I didn't sell explosives. I got caught with 6 hand grenades. I didn't get arrested for selling them. And that's my old life. And I'm gonna do an interview with Frank Ladrino, whatever, about my whole story and stuff. We're coming out, and I've been talking about this, and I speak to inmates when they got out of prison. I never said anything until the last few years. Now that I don't work with this big corporate company that I used to work for, I changed my life. I'm not proud of who I was. I'm proud of who I became. So what does Joe Severino try to do? Simply because me and Emily wouldn't endorse him, he's trying to destroy us, our reputations, our family, my livelihood. He contacted my bosses just because I wouldn't fucking endorse him. Right? This guy's a piece of shit. And so I
The
just
blackmail artist.
yeah, I wanted you guys to see that, and I give Emily credit for that little video that she did, because the girls is a great asset to people like us trying to fight the left here, while Severino is trying to destroy the people like us that are really doing the fighting. So go ahead, Noah or
Yeah,
Mike, you guys jump in.
yeah, no, I was gonna say, just watching that video of him on Emily Cahill tells me a lot of things, and I'm gonna be the first to say, I don't know one family member or friend I have that haven't dealt with addiction in their personal life, far as somebody they know or somebody they're related to, and you have to be a tough SOB to get through addiction. A lot of people don't make it to the other end on that. And everybody deals with it, and that's where Severino acts like this god complex character. He's never had any problems. Look what they've done. The vast majority of Americans know somebody or have dealt with addiction themselves. There was a time I went through the most traumatic experience of my life, and I was drinking too much. But we're humans, and we can admit to our faults and say stuff like that, and it doesn't disqualify us from trying to make the country or the state a better place. But when you have somebody like him who is sociopathic, who's never done any wrong, who never takes accountability, he's going to go after people. And so what if they've had problems in their past? So what?
Yeah, no,
The
no.
past is the past.
I think it's a good time for you to explain what to show what a scumbag he is. Explain what you just told me that recently happened with him and you, and then I just want to remind people: wait till the end. You're gonna fucking love my news. So go ahead.
Yeah, so for a lot of people that don't know, I have a son. He turns 4 in June, and me and the mother of my child, I think she's a great mom, but we've had differences, and unfortunately, those differences have gotten pretty nasty. Nothing bad to say about her though. However, Severino contacted her, told her a bunch of lies about me. Then he was able to speak with her parents. He was able to meet all of them and go out to lunch like he should be worrying about a national campaign, not a 27-year-old's ex-girlfriend. Took them all out to lunch, essentially said, when he's governor, they'll never have to worry about me again. And so obviously her parents communicated that to my parents. And now my parents aren't even able to see their grandson on FaceTimes or the Talking Parents app anymore because of what he's done in the personal life to, attack me and make an allegiance. And, typically I wouldn't be typically I wouldn't want to share this deep about my personal life, but I just want to give you I got guys of an idea of what kind of man this guy is, and that there is no line he won't cross. And I've
What
learned that.
what are some of the crazy bullshit lies he said to your ex about you? I mean, I know you shared some of those. He lies about everybody. He does everything he can, and he's such a delusional liar. I'm surprised. Well, I'm guilty. I believed him in the beginning, right? So I can understand because you see him. He's a good-looking guy. He wears his suit. It's probably the only suit he's got left since he lost. He went bankrupt. But go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no. So I don't know where to start. I'll start here. He told her that I was a political. They have me on camera being a political operative. That I was seen in D.C. at least 3 times meeting with people. That I was groomed by you and my mentor, who we're not going to say his name, from a young age. He also told her that my mentor's wife walked in on us having gay sex. I mean, just crazy. And I've never. That's just absolutely insane. Anyone that looks at my profile, I love beautiful women.
Was I stripping for you guys during the gay sex?
You were, Terry. You were. Yeah. Yeah. He also told her that this lady, who I won't say her name either, but works as his campaign manager, and these are all in these parts are in text messages, that I work for levels of Mossad and I've worked for the CIA. I mean, I wish, one. Two, I've never been outside the country. I've never been approached by a government organization to work for them. It's completely bananas, but here he is. He's a con man that cleans up well, making them believe this and think like, oh, Noah is in politics. It's not too far out of the question if he'd work for the CIA or work for Mossad. He has taken pictures with some high. These are people I asked for a picture at an event because I'm a fan of them and I've been following them. I'm not connected with these people per se.
Sure.
Yeah, it's funny because Severino got pictures with General Flynn, and in reverse, he's using those pictures because he just asked for a picture, and General Flynn is a very nice man, and now he's using it to give the illusion and tagging General Flynn on X when General Flynn doesn't know who the fuck he is, and then
Yeah.
he's using it against you in a reverse way.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Well, I mean, look at the. No, go ahead. Then I'm going to jump in on this.
Yeah, no, it was even at one point, early on, he's seen a picture of me with Tom Homan, the director of ICE, and he's like, I need you to give Tom Homan my number. I need you to have him call me. Like,
Same here.
yeah,
I mean, you guys know I know Tom Homan, right? Same fucking
Yes.
thing here. Like, I only gave him, my only mistake was Patrick Bet David's number. And then shortly after that, and I got the text messages. I didn't show him. I got him. So he'll lie to you guys later. I got the text messages. He wanted me to call Flynn. He wanted Flynn's number. And he said, I'm like, wait, I thought this is when I already started to know he's going crazy. I'm like, I thought you know the guy. He endorsed my campaign. He was saying that back then, when he talked to me. So the guy is definitely a whack job. Go ahead, Mike. Then you got my other video, right? That I sent you.
Let me see if it's come through yet, because I don't know. It has not come through yet. Did you send it through text or email?
Yeah, I sent it in the text.
Yeah, it has not popped up yet.
So you guys talk for a minute. I'm upstairs. I'm gonna go to this. It's very important one. You guys got to see this one. So I'm gonna go to the stairs where my wireless is working better. All right, my Wi-Fi.
All right. I was just going to say, it takes a really sick, twisted person to go after people like this, like try to exploit their weaknesses or perceived weaknesses, whether that's, for you going after your family, Noah, or for Terry going after, either his history or trying to exploit his cancer, his hair plugs and other things. But that's the problem. And then all the other, essentially extortion behind the scene. It takes a blackmail artist, somebody that has no soul, that will try to go after something where they think they can inflict maximum pain to then get their desired outcome and try to blackmail somebody into an endorsement. Is this really the kind of person you want running a state? I mean, this isn't the kind of person you want running a freaking yard sale. It's somebody that's totally dishonest. It's already showed lack of morals, lack of clarity. And again, the guy's just a perpetual liar. This is not somebody you can trust in any capacity.
I've met some lunatics in my life, Mike, whether that was business partnerships or just somebody that was a family friend, but he takes the cake. And, he's got that nothing to lose attitude. He's got to know in his subconscious he's not going to be the next governor of Illinois. He's got a cash flow problem. No cash flow is coming in. And just the people of Illinois, and I don't like, I understand people have financial problems. I've had financial problems. I'm 27 years old. I'm still fairly young. I've been through some things though, and it's not that, but I wouldn't want somebody in charge of a state economy that bankrupts a parking business and that also has personally bankrupted, who's had problems paying $5,000 to a printing company, and the only reason it was paid, it was with a wife's credit card under the threat of theft of services. So that's just not somebody I want in charge of billions and billions of dollars coming in.
No, and like I don't know how you bankrupt a parking business. So way back when I lived in Florida, my ex and I had this parking business for nightclubs on the side. We were just in Orlando, Daytona, and a few other areas with a number of clubs, mostly on the weekends. I mean, we were making money hand over fist doing that. And we were paying the college students that worked for us like pretty well, and tipping them out every night. We were getting them over 25 an hour for their time just to show up down there, because we know they're in college, they want to go out and party, so we had to make it worth their while to come out and work for 4 to 6 hours or whatever it was. I can't remember now. And just stand there and collect the money for everybody. You also want to make sure they're honest. I mean, it's a easy business. I don't know how you go bankrupt doing that unless you're just a complete retard or it's intentional.
Yeah. It could just be lack of caring too. A lot of these self-indulged people, long as they've got their nice car to drive, long as they got their nice house, long as they got money in their bank, they could care less about what's going on around them, and seem to actually be really big procrastinators too. But yeah, if you can't run a parking business, you'll have no idea what you're doing with an economy that produces hundreds of billions of dollars each year.
Let alone go bankrupt. So while Mike is pulling this up from Slack under X America News, this is a very important video. I'm going to share the big news with you guys. All right. So I'm going to buy some time here and share the big news. So everyone probably saw that. Number one, I got Severino thrown off the ballot at the Illinois Board of Elections, right? Fake and fraudulent signatures, right? Homer Simpson. He appealed it, circuit court level. The judge did not agree with any of his bullshit. Boop. So he's going to the appellate court because he's disrupting us for the Democrats, right? He knows he's not going to win. He's not going to win. No. So if you go back to June, he was attacking me and my job, as I told you guys, right? And my family and stuff. So I actually, the Schaumburg police came to my office. I called him because he was going after my executives. He's putting pictures of my executives up there. He's putting our customer up there, the Department of Defense. My picture up there on LinkedIn, social media, saying lies and all kinds of crazy stuff about us. So I called the police. The Schaumburg police came to my office, met with my CEO, and to file a police report. The police called Mr. Severino, and they told him to stop harassing me, just like Darian did. They said, stop harassing me. Stop calling my employer. Stop saying bad stuff about my employer. Stop sending emails to him. Severino told both police departments, Darian and Schaumburg, that he could do whatever he wants. He could call whoever he wants. He kept harassing my work. So the Darian chief of police, the Schaumburg deputy chief of police heard how disrespectful he was to the female officer. And I warned the girl. I'm like, he's an asshole. I'm telling you that. She laughed. I'm like, it's on the body cam, Severino. I'm like, the guy's nuts. I go, I'm telling you. And he was disrespectful to her. The deputy chief was so pissed off what Severino said to this girl, just like he did to Darian, said he threatened to sue her. He threatened to sue the department. He said they're working in behalf of me and this other candidate that Noah said earlier, which is not true. I haven't endorsed anybody. The deputy chief contacted my boss. The deputy chief sent an email, which I had, and they in short, he's such a nutball. They put my company in Schaumburg under special alert because of Severino. The deputy chief and the detective said, go and get an emergency order of protection immediately. I went to Cook County in Bridgeview. That's where I grew up. I didn't know there was one in Rolling Meadows. And the judge looked at my phone and looked at the stuff Severino was doing. You know what the judge did? He executed an emergency order of protection, meaning that he felt that Severino was so dangerous that he executed without Severino having the opportunity to present his side, because he felt that my life was in danger, my family and everything, right? So he executed it. We went to court for 6 months. I had an emergency order of protection stamped by a judge, thinking Severino's a whack job. And then in November, it was dismissed because Severino kept saying, I'm running for governor. I'm running for governor. This is political. He's my political opponent. He's an elected official. I could say whatever I want. Well, unknown to me, there's some leeway if you're a political official. If you're a political official, I guess you have more leeway with the First Amendment rights. And then I'm also, because of the podcast, considered a public individual, which
It's a
I
public
never,
figure.
public figure. Yeah, I didn't know that. It's kind of cool, but so he had more leeway to attack me. So the judge dismissed it. He dismissed the plenary, meaning we were going to get it for 2 or 3, 5 years. So he dismissed it under those grounds. Not that Severino wasn't nuts and all the shit he said about me, but in the closing statements from the judge, he said, this is better suited for defamation court. So I filed this myself, right? I'm not an attorney. So I first filed it myself, and I was awarded emergency order of protection as a dumb Southside Dago, right? I didn't go to Harvard. I'm not an attorney like Severino. I'm being sarcastic. I was awarded emergency order of protection. So guess what the asshole does after I had him thrown off the ballot from the circuit court level? Give you 3 guesses. He went up in Lake County, went in front of the judge to try to execute emergency order of protection against me. He said that I threatened his life. He's feared for his life. He needs an emergency order of protection like the judge awarded me in Cook County. So, one, he blamed me for a guy, Val Ojeda, was supposed to be on the call today. He couldn't get in because the goofy Mexican was eating tamales and drinking tequila. That's a joke, Val. Don't get all mad. And and so Val, I guess a few years ago sent a text to Joe saying he was going to behead him. I don't know. I'm sure he was joking. So Severino said at the behest of Terry Newsom, somebody said they were going to behead me. I mean, come on, guys. The next thing, for those of you who didn't see, and I should have gave it to Mike, I goof around a lot, right? So CapCut, which is an application we use, has a green screen, and they have the Family Guy. You know, the little fat guy from the Family Guy?
Yeah. Peter Griffin.
They had, Peter Griffin. They had this template, and Peter Griffin's walking with the cartoon character with his shotgun, talking to his daughter. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. The daughter's like, Dad. So I put Severino's face behind the character, right? Severino puts this in the emergency order to the judge. Terry Newsom took my picture, and with an assailant with a shotgun, an assailant. He didn't say cartoon character. He didn't say Peter Griffin. He said an assailant with a shotgun walked past my face and said, I just want to talk to him, and ring the doorbell. I swear to God, that's what he put in there. And then he said, he's been harassing me for 7 months straight. I've been harassing him. I responded in kind to him. Here's another thing he said. At the hearing, I testified. At the Illinois Board of Elections. And he said that I threatened to kill him. I will kill you. I'm telling you guys, if I said that, I probably would have bragged about it. But I didn't say that. I didn't say that, right? What else did he say? He said, so the judge kicked him and his stupid emergency order out of the courtroom. So I had court yesterday, right? So the judge dismissed it. You probably saw my video making fun. When the cops came to serve me that order, I gave Severino the finger on the police cam, on the body cam. So I go to court. Now, remember, Severino's a Harvard attorney. He filed this by himself, pro se. He went in front of the judge, pro se. Remember, he's a Harvard graduate with a law degree. I'm just a dumb South Diego, but I do have a real college degree. And I do have a certificate from the University of Chicago, just like he did from Harvard, but I don't brag about it. And I am a felon, ex-felon. And so he goes in front of the judge to present Mr. Harvard law degree. His emergency order of protection gets kicked out. And so I've been telling everyone I was all excited about confronting this Harvard attorney face to face in the courtroom. I'm all ready. Jim Lannon came with me. Severino hired this very sophisticated attorney, silver haired, fancy suit, comes in there. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I thought you're our attorney, And then get this. What's so funny in this courthouse in Lake County, they have the jury box. So the jury box is empty, right? And they put all the women because this is domestic court. This is domestic battery court. This is domestic order protection. It's
Oh
all
my
women.
gosh.
Right? So guess who's sitting with the women? Severino. You know, you're okay. Yeah. Oh, he's over there. Yeah, you sit here with the women, so you're safe. Swear to God. And then he's winking at me. I think the guy's horny. I think he wants a man. I swear to God, he's like winking at me, and I'm not gonna bite on it, right? You know, he's like, and I'm like, is he flirting with me or trying to trigger me?
He thinks you're cute.
Yeah, right. And so, you know, so we go in front of the judge, and I'm like all ready for the case because I'm gonna fucking crush him and his fucking attorney. And his attorney said, "Well, Mr. Severino retained me last night." So Severino tried to get his other attorney to hire her, who represented him in the South Side, but she wanted nothing to do with it. She never returned his call. Severino, she never returned your calls, you fuckwad. She wouldn't call you. She wouldn't call you back. You were calling her, trying to get her to represent you. She said no. So
It's almost
he
like her
hired
checks bounced or something.
yeah. So at the last minute, he got this guy, and so the judge looks at me and says, "Oh, Mr. Newsom, I give him one continuance, so it's February 19th. So our court date's February 19th. So here's the good news. Here's the good news that no, you didn't know. I think Mike might know, but everyone knows who Tom DeVore is, right? Tom DeVore, you from Illinois? He's a fucking hero of Illinois. He got the mask off all of our children in the state of Illinois. He's a Southern guy. He's going to wear cowboy boots. I was there in my leather jacket, my Fonzie jacket. Severino's in his nice suit with his attorney, and I'm there looking like Fonzie standing in front of the judge. So guess who I retained? Thomas DeVore is coming up from Central Illinois, and he's going to be with me on the 19th of February, Severino. Me and
That's
Tom DeVore are
right.
going to walk in with your half a fag retard ass standing next to your attorney, and you're fucked. You're fucked, Severino. Sorry.
And he doesn't even know yet. Well, I guess he knows now.
You don't know now. So is that video ready? So I want everyone to hear. Here's another thing, and then we're going to be done, right? And thank you everyone for watching. Severino claimed he was from Cicero. He went to high school. He went to high school in Lombard. He went to grammar school in Lombard. He graduated with Anthony Feccarata, my friend's younger brother, Jimmy Feck.
Up. Terry just froze. Up.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to run this video. It'll give Terry a second to catch back up.
Take it to another level. I said you said something about the
Terry's back.
disappreciation in the Black community, but I'm also with the Brown community too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the disappreciation in education?
Well, a lot of that has to do with our current politicians. So I'm a guy. I was a kid that grew up in Cicero. Are you familiar with Cicero?
Yes, sir.
So I grew up in Cicero, literally fighting every day of my life. I've been shot. I've gone through many things in my life that by the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times. So I know what it's like to struggle out there on the street. And I also know what it's like to have competent leaders navigate myself and others forward to create opportunity. And that by the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times. Time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times in Cicero. Are you familiar with Cicero?
Yes, sir.
So I grew up in Cicero, literally fighting every day of my life. I've been shot. I've gone through many things in my life that by the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times. By the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times. So at the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times. At the time I was 18, I was arrested 13 times.
weird flex.
Wait, he said he was shot in the head. There's his shot. He said this to me. There's his shot. He never was shot in the head.
Take.
Was he shot, period?
No, he fell off his fucking bicycle. That's what the scrape marks were.
Jesus Christ.
He was never shot in the head. He never got in 300 fights. He didn't grow up in Cicero. He doesn't have a Harvard degree. He's not an attorney. He's bankrupt. He lost his business. He's a fucking grifter.
Sorry, Terry. His future's looking so bright. Had to put some shades on.
Well, yeah, he is the presumptive nominee. He's going to win this election.
Yeah, I hear Pritzker's shitting himself waiting for this.
Well, it's just, and you guys probably saw this. No, probably. He was telling everyone he's the presumptive nominee, and I'm the only candidate that Pritzker's scared of. He heard I got 200 votes in the last election.
Well, that'll do it.
He's a beast.
So let me say my last few words, and you guys know, and then Mike, you close it out. So Severino, you're a bitch. You're a fraud. You're a grifter. You're a loser. You lost 4 elections in a row. You lost your business. You lost your finances. You're bankrupt. You lied about your education. You lied about being an attorney. You lied about growing up in Cicero. You lied about being shot. You lied about getting in 300 fights. You're a fucking loser. Get the fuck out of our way. Go ahead, Noah.
Please leave Illinois politics to the adults. Take care.
Yeah, go find yourself a nice mental institution, get yourself the help you really need, and stop pretending. That's what this is. You're a grifter and a pretender. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help us to grow so we can bring more people the news the mainstream media doesn't want you to see. We'll be back next week on Tuesday.